instead of just being able to close anybody and everybody that wanted to work with us, regardless of how much money they wanted to hand us, we would say no if we could not get that client to $1 million a month, because we wanted to take 10% of that. 10% paying us $100,000 a month, so we could get 10 of those clients to pay us $1 million a month. So long story short, if they didn't have a high probability to hit that $1 million a month, we would say no. So there's a very specific client type. I talk about this inside of all my programs, all my courses in detail. I call my perfect client traits. There's 23 individual characteristics that we decided to break down that made all the difference for us when we look at any deal. It doesn't matter the niche. This is also a very important thing in terms of rules. It is not niche specific, okay? It is client specific. The client type is what we started to go after. This in particular made a substantial difference to what we were doing in the business, because what we found once again is there's great clients in every niche. There's just very specific characteristics of these businesses that we were working with that increased the probability that much more in our favor that they could get to $1 million a month. Most of our deals started to change. One thing that started to happen, which was very, interesting to say the least, was typically the minimum that somebody would be making was around $100,000 to about $300,000 a month. This would be the usual client revenue range that somebody would come to us in. And this is important to understand, because when you play a particular game, okay, our game in every deal we do, once again, is we want to get you to at least $1 million. The types of people that you're going to work with also changes as a result of that based on the game you're playing. A lot of agency owners that come to me and that, learn lessons from me, they all typically start in the same place that I was, where they're working with, sometimes it's a defined niche, sometimes it's anybody, but because they don't have a specific game they're playing in terms of the revenue number that they want to get a client to, they'll get people that are all over the place in terms of rev. They'll get people at like a couple grand a month to occasionally a person that might be doing a couple $100,000 a month.